Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and I have a secret about the jump spell that you might not know. So let's go ahead and find out what it is. Alright, so let me go ahead and show you where I first heard about this little secret about the jump spell, and it was on the World Championship stage from Itsu. So let me go ahead and play this, and I'll point you out exactly when he says it.
So
This is the World Championship.
Exciting attack once again. The really nice triple by Blaze JP with the once again.
So
nice
Itsu, you did a wonderful job commentating and being an analyst and really breaking down these attacks, which is really cool. Really enjoyed your analysis. But take a look at what he says about the jump spell, right?
Squad together with the Ram, with a couple of bowlers, and of course his other two heroes. Meanwhile, at the 12 o'clock corner, you can see
so the queen is going to walk her way down, and he's going to jump over into the town hall area.
Going to the right direction. Another thing which is really nice, he's luring out the enemy clan cast in the beginning, which means he won't be stuck on the lava hound forever in the core of the base, which means he can take out the lava hound really early, which is always nice to have, especially.
So he's moving around, and here's the jump spell. Take a look at this.
In the core of the, like, in your queen, kinda. And then the next point is this beautiful jump spell.
So right here, listen.
See, he will be able to reach all into the core.
You ready?
And that's like really important point where when you place a jump spell, and on top of the jump spell, you're placing a rage spell. That's the jump spell is getting increased by 1 tile into all of the directions. Which
wait. So he just said if you drop a jump spell and then you drop a rage spell on top of that jump spell, the jump spell is going to increase its radius in all directions. Well, that was really interesting. That caught my attention, plus a lot of others. So let me go ahead and do some testing and see if that is actually the case. All right, so what I'm going to do is try to test that theory, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a jump spell right into this area. Let's go ahead and count the tiles. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Between this wall right here, right, and between this wall right here, there are 8 tiles. So I'm going to try to get my giants to go from here to here to here to this bomb tower right there. Normally, my knowledge is that jump spell spans 7 tiles. So I'm going to try to drop the jump spell right here to try to get the giants to go into this bomb tower section. Remember, I know earthquakes definitely open 8. But let's see if we can send the giants in after that bomb tower. All right, so the first test we're going to do is drop the jump with no rage spell. So let's try to jump perfectly right in between here to try to span these walls. And let's go ahead and drop the jump right about there. Hopefully the giants will take that jump. We're going to drop all the giants down here, followed by the warden so we can use his ability. Then we'll freeze some of these expos as we are moving our way up into this base right here. We'll go and freeze the multi and freeze those expos. So we don't have any rage spell down. So we'll go ahead and drop one more freeze in this area. And let's see where these giants go. Pop the warden ability and see. Are the giants going to jump to this bomb tower? Ooh, look at this. Giants are jumping without that rage spell. So you can span 8 tiles with the jump spell, which I normally thought it was actually 7. I thought you could jump with only 7, but it looks like if you place it perfectly, you can jump 8. But now let's see if we drop the rage and see if that does anything. All right, so let me go ahead and drop the jump again, right? I'm going to drop the jump right about here, try to put it perfectly in the center right here. And you can definitely tell it's not touching that wall. We'll drop all the giants right here onto the mortar, and then we'll drop the warden right behind. And then we will drop the rage spell right over the jump. We'll go ahead and drop a freeze there and another freeze right here. And our warden and giants are going to be moving our way through. We'll go ahead and freeze this, and let's see. They are raged up. We'll pop that warden ability, and look at that. They're all jumping pretty much into that bomb tower, no problem. Some of them are not going to the bomb tower, and some of them are going for that wall. So, I mean, they were able to jump in it, but without even the rage spell, they were able to jump into it. But, I mean, is that kind of concrete evidence to show that you can jump over 8? Not really, because you can jump 8 tiles anyways, it looks like, without the rage spell if you place it perfectly, and the Giants have nowhere to go but that defense where you think they're going to jump to, then your troops can technically jump 8 tiles. But let's go ahead and get into some other replays to show you guys. All right, so the first one that we're going to start off here is with the normal jump spell radius that I initially thought, which was 7. You can tell there's 7 slots right here, 7 walls or spaces and tiles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So initially, I thought that was the limit of the jump spell. So if you go ahead and drop the jump right here, you can send your Giants and whatever ground troops or whatnot will jump the walls and they will get into this section. That's pretty straightforward. That's what I initially thought you could only do, but you saw from that previous example, you can actually jump 8. Let's go ahead and jump into another one to show you guys that you can jump 8. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this example. We got 8 tiles between the defense. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So you saw from the previous example, we should be able to jump this, right? If you drop it perfectly. Let's take a look. I'm going to drop it a little closer to the outside wall right there to make sure we clip that. Barely covering it. Can we get the jump down? There you go. You can see they can jump the 8 tiles right there, which I always thought it was just 7, but it looks like if you drop it perfectly, you could cover 8 tiles, which is the same as an earthquake. So that is pretty valuable. But now I'm going to show you a very interesting one. It's going to be 8 again, but all walls and no spaces. All right, so here's the next example. What do we got? We got 8 again, but this is all walls this time and no spaces. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 tiles right there. Let's go ahead and drop the jump and see what happens. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, about right at 4.5 right there. Is that going to be able to get the Giants into the base here? Well, there it is. You're going to have your wall of Giants come across, acting as like a little bit of a bridge right there. That is very interesting. Look at them jump across, making it over the 8 tiles. Now you're going to be asking Carbon, what's the limit? Can you jump 9 tiles? Well, let's go ahead and see if we can. All right, so now it's time to take a look at if we can do it 9 tiles. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no way we can do 9 tiles, right? It's impossible. Well, let's go ahead and find out. I'm going to try to drop the jump. 1, 2, 3, 4.5, right about there. Let's see if we can be perfect. Where is this jump radius? It looks like the jump radius is like 1 tile short of the wall. But maybe it's just barely clipping this edge right here. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to drop my Giants, and here we go. Oh my God. The Giants are jumping 9 tiles. 9 tiles they just jumped without a rage spell. What is this? Did you guys expect this? Giants, or even any troop, can jump 9? If the walls are like touching like this, let's drop some other troops and see what happens. All right, so I'm going to test some other troops and see what they do. Is it just the Giants? Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4.5. We're going to drop a jump spell right about there. And let's see, what if we drop the P.E.K.K.A? Okay, P.E.K.K.A's jumping. Valkyrie, Witch, some bowlers, Ice Golem. Look at them go across the base right there. Oh my Lord, look at them jump all the way across. They are all jumping. That witch, where's the witch's skellies? I can't even see them. I don't even know. Okay, she's spawning some more right there. That's pretty wild. Let's see what the heroes do. And I'm going to hit their abilities as they're flying mid-air. All right, so let me go ahead and drop the jump. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 right about there. Let's go ahead and drop the king and the queen. And let's go ahead and burn their abilities. King ability, queen ability. Look at that. The barbarians and archers spawned over the wall. They didn't spawn in the middle of the wall. They didn't spawn behind the wall, but they spawned where they were going to land. That's pretty interesting. Wow, I didn't expect that. Wow, look at that. Now, what happens, just a little curious, if I drop skellies right in the middle of this wall? I'm going to drop 4 skellies right here. Right, there is a jump, but let's just see what happens. We're going to drop a skelly right there. I'm going to drop another one. Where are my skellies? I'm gonna drop another one. I'm gonna drop one more. I'm gonna open the wall up with an earthquake to see if they're there. No. No, they're not there. It's a red zone, which now disappeared. But skellies are nowhere to be found. So it looks like you can't drop skeleton spells inside walls because it will just disappear. And now you also might be wondering what happens if I drop the jump with a big gap right here, and was if it was just because it was all the walls touching one another. Well, let's go ahead and see. How many walls do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 tiles between this Grand Warden platform and the outside of this wall. So if we drop a jump perfectly, can we get it, right? So I'm going to drop a jump right about closer to the outside wall, if anything, and drop it right there. Okay, so I'm barely clipping the outside wall, and I'm barely clipping this inside wall, and we have one more wall. There is no way I am clipping this inner wall next to the Grand Warden platform. Well, let's go ahead and take a look. We can jump the 9 tiles. Look at that. They're going. King and queen are moving in. They jump across the base right there, and they jump in. Obviously, they're not going to continue to go in. The giants are going to still go through. But look, these giants are stuck on the wall while these giants made it through. Now, that's very interesting. Why did these giants not take the jump, but these ones did? So you can see the jump AI is kind of a little interesting there. You are able to jump the walls, but very rarely in a certain scenarios. I would still go under the assumption that it's still like 7 tiles. If you see 8 tiles, it might be very, very iffy for your troops to take the jump. Don't necessarily take the risk. If you want to practice with it 8 tiles. If you're trying 9 tiles, I think what has to happen if you're trying 9 tiles, it has to be the wall, and then the next tiles has to be a double wall layer. Because that's the only thing that I've been seeing. Like, if it was single walls next to one another, let's say it was just a wall, and then 9, I don't think the troops will react for it. It has to be, like, several walls deep, at least to cover the whole jump spell radius, like this, where you have this area from here to here is covered by another wall segment. Then I think the troops will go from here, jump in, and then jump into this next layer. That is the only scenario that I think is where it's going to work. So you're going to have a double wall layer. I don't know how often that will happen, but it's pretty interesting. What are your guys' thoughts on this jump mechanic? Let me know down in the comment section down below. But that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. I know there weren't any replays really. It was just going through the jump spell. So is what Itsu says about adding that rage to the jump, giving it 1 tile across the whole jump? I don't necessarily know, because you saw from my testing that I didn't need the rage spell to jump them 8 tiles. But then you're saying, Carbon, well, if you have the rage spell, you can jump then 9 tiles. Well, I just jumped 9 tiles without the rage spell again. So what are your guys' thoughts? Make sure you guys do a lot of testing with this and let me know how your testing is going. But if you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe down below for the daily content, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.